Hello, American history class. Today we're going to be learning about World War II and the events that led up to it and the major powers that participated in it, as well as the beginning of the Cold War. So, to start out and to begin, I would like to establish some key players for both the Allies and the Axis powers during the war. To begin, we have the United States, whose main leader is President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the second country is the British Commonwealth Empire, whose leader is Winston Churchill. And then finally, the last major Allied power is the Soviet Union, whose leader is Joseph Stalin. The second belligerent group in World War II is the Axis powers, and they're comprised of three different countries: Germany, Japan, and Italy. Germany, who is headed by Adolf Hitler, Imperial Japan, who is led by Emperor Hirohito, and Italy, who is led by Benito Mussolini. These are the two primary factions in World War II, and it is very important to remember and understand all of these different factions and their respective leaders. The official start of World War II is considered to be 1939, when Hitler invaded Poland, which caused France and Britain to declare war on Germany and officially split the world into two separate uh, alliances. Um, the US imposed an oil embargo on Japan, which put a strain on their war effort and eventually caused the attack on Pearl Harbor, which is a really key event in American history when the Japanese attacked the naval fleet and destroyed nearly half of the US's naval ships at Pearl Harbor. Um, Another key point in the war is D-Day, or the Allies' invasion of Normandy and the creation of the Western Front. During this time, and during the early 30s, Germany is perpetrating the Holocaust, which is the systematic extermination of Jews, Gypsies, and other marginalized groups in Europe. And this is something that's important to remember and something that um, is key so that we don't repeat this kind of event in history again. The US was working on the Manhattan Project, which was used to build atomic weapons to use against the Axis. And this culminated in the Trinity experiment, which was the first functioning atomic bomb that was made. And the uh, the European War officially ended in late April 1945, but the war in the Pacific continued until mid-August of the same year, when the US dropped two atomic bombs on Japan, one in Hiroshima and one in Nagasaki. And the aftermath of the war, you had two main powers, the US and the Soviet Union, who started a Cold War and competed with each other, not in direct battles, but indirectly through proxy wars and trade, and trying to export their political ideology to other countries in the world. So we're going to work on a worksheet where we match terms and names to specific events. And if you have any questions or need any clarification, feel free to ask. I'll be willing to help, and have a great day and a good weekend.